بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
And so now then, we know that Israel wants to rule the world. And Israel, therefore, is waiting to replace the United States of America as a new ruling state in the world. I want to turn to Surah Al-Mursalat of the Quran. And I have to interpret this ayah. And we have the right to interpret. None can prohibit us, none can stop us. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم انطلقوا إلى ظل ذي ثلاث شعب. Proceed, meaning in history, to a shadow which will comprise of three parts. When we interpret the Quran, no one can claim I'm correct, because only Allah can confirm that an interpretation is correct. So you do not pick up boxing gloves over interpretation of the Quran. That's foolish. When you interpret the Quran, you say Allah knows best. If your interpretation is correct, it becomes truth, and truth will survive. No one can demolish truth. And if your interpretation is wrong, as mine has been sometimes in the past, you still get blessings for having made the effort to interpret. But tomorrow it'll go down the river of no return, and it will be forgotten. And so, intaliku ila zillin zi salasi shu'ab, proceed to a shadow comprised of three parts. And we say this is Dajjal. And the trademark of Dajjal is that his mission comprises of three parts. Anything connected with him is in three parts. And when we apply this to politics, we see the emergence of Britain as a ruling state in the world, in modern Western civilization, and a Pax Britannica emerging as the first stage. And then we saw the United States of America built with the sweat and the blood of slaves, and the Pax Americana emerging, replacing Pax Britannica. And we say this is the second stage of Dajjal. And it was only Ayatollah Ruhullah Khomeini, Rahimahullah, nobody else. No one else had the courage to say what he said, no one else. And today, no one has the courage to say what he said. He pointed his finger to Washington. He said, Shaitanul Kabir. Shaitanul Kabir. And so there is a third stage to come. And Washington will ride out into the sunset. Pax Americana is in irreversible decline. Trump could try as much as he wants. He cannot make America great again, because America's time in history has come and is going. And there is a third stage of the tree to come, and we say it is Pax Judaica. In order for Israel to emerge as a Pax Judaica, a ruling state in the world, Israel has to establish her dominion over the entire Arab world. there must be no Arab regime which is resisting Israel. And now we can understand why Libya was attacked. And today Libya, which was resisting Israel, is now in submission. Why Iraq, Saddam Hussein was the blue-eyed boy of Washington. Yes, taking weapons, taking money from Washington to wage a war against the Islamic Revolution in Iran. But when Iraq took the bait and attacked Kuwait, then Washington got what was shot. And now Iraq is now in submission. And there was Syria left, and there was Yemen left. And in Syria, in Lebanon, there was the Hezbollah, and in the Holy Land, there was Hamas. And so now this is preparatory in order for Israel to establish her dominion over the entire Arab world. All Arab regimes must be in a state of submission to Israel. So they went to work to destroy Hamas, and they used a 9/11 to do it. We knew the weapons were not going into Gaza. It wasn't Santa Claus bringing it. The drones were not being brought by Santa Claus. No. It was the Israeli Mossad at work with the CIA, siphoning off weapons which were going to Ukraine and sending it via Saudi, their puppy dog, Saudi Arabia, into Gaza to set a trap for Hamas. And because Hamas didn't have much upstairs, they know how to fight. They don't have much upstairs. That's why they're now recognizing the Syrian regime. Same Hamas, recognizing the new Syrian regime. Then Hamas was walking into the trap, like Saddam Hussein walked into the trap. And Israel then got the chance that Israel wanted to seek to destroy Hamas, destroy Hezbollah, assassinate Hassan Nasrallah, and now to remove the regime in Syria. And Israel is boasting, we did it. We did it in Syria, and we're going to do it in Yemen as well. But someone should remind Israel about a man who said, I'm a prophet of God, and who said there'll be a fire coming out of Yemen. You know about that. Among the 10 signs he mentioned, said a fire will come out of Yemen, and that fire will drive them to the place of assembly for judgment. And we can see the heat and the flames of that fire already. So while we know that they will continue to control Damascus until the Imam comes, we also know that the fire in Yemen cannot be extinguished. It will remain there all the time. And so what we have done today in this brief talk, we have little time left, is to use Surah Al-Mursalat to support the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that when Dajjal is released, he will live on earth for 40 days. And this again is mutashabiha, not muhkama. One day like a year, yawmun kasana, yawmun kashahr, yawmun kajum'ah, 3 parts of the shadow. وَسَائِرُ أَيَّامِهِ كَأَيَّامِكُمْ. And despite the fact that one day would be like a year, one like a month, one like a week, yet all his days will be like your days. وَالسَّائِرُ أيامه كأيامكم. And so the subject of time is absolutely essential for penetrating the understanding of the subject of Dajjal. Time is absolutely essential. That despite the fact that one of his days would be like a year, one would be like a month, one would be like a week, yet سائر أيامه كأيامكم. All his days will be like your day. That's not easy. So the hadith complements the Quran. What do we do? How do we respond when we know that Israel wants to establish a dominion over the entire Arab world? Don't make the mistake of castigating all Arabs. Don't be a fool. It's the governments which rule over the Arabs who are the traitors, not all the Arabs. They are your brothers. And they are resisting Israel in Gaza with great sacrifice. And Iran is supporting them in Gaza all the time. So it is not the Arab world, the Arab Sunni world, which has betrayed the religion and is now in submission to Israel. They want to rule over us by ruling over their governments. How do we respond? Answer, you have to continue to resist Israel. And Ayatollah Ali, Sayyid Ali Khamenei of Iran is today the greatest leader in the world of Islam. He has shown remarkable wisdom in not falling to the trap. Let me tell you what was the trap and I'll end. They're facing defeat in Ukraine. And a defeat in Ukraine will cause Western civilization to collapse in the eyes of the world, all of mankind. They cannot allow a defeat to take place in Ukraine. But that defeat is around the corner. And then comes along someone named Trump who says, I'm going to send any more money to Ukraine. That man is the best salesman in the world. He just comes here and he takes all the money he wants. That's not going to continue. So that war has to stop. We're not going to continue financing that war. So when Trump won the election, they had a small window of opportunity left before he assumes power to do something. So they set a trap in Syria. The trap was to get Israel's puppy dogs to launch the attack on the Syrian government. And if Russia and Iran had intervened to save Assad, NATO would have intervened. That was the trap. And it would have become a big war. And once that big war took place, Ukraine will be off the hook. That was the trap. Russia was able to see through the trap. And Russia warned Iran, because Russia and Iran are our allies. And they told Assad, we are not going to intervene. Then Assad knew that's the end. He can't fight NATO. So Assad decided, I'm going to leave, I hand over power. And the Syrian armed forces said, we're not going to fight anymore, no need to fight. So a peaceful transfer of power. So Syria was sacrificed so that Ukraine would face the fire. And Trump didn't like it at all. Trump was thoroughly disappointed, frustrated, because the trap was set for them. And so now, yes, Syria's government is changed, and Syria is now in submission to Israel, and the Israeli government is boasting, and Biden was boasting. But Ukraine is still on the hooks, and there is defeat facing Ukraine. So we agree Iran did the right thing. This is the wisdom of Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei. If you did not recognize the wisdom before, I have come today to inform you why he took that decision and how wise it was. And Putin is also one of the wisest leaders in the world today. The trap was set and they refused to walk into the trap. We pray that Allah, that we may have the nur in our hearts to be able to recognize all the traps being set by our enemies. I wish I had the time to tell you about all the traps being set in the world of time, because time is essential to Dajjal. What Dajjal has done to the world of time, you would be surprised. And to explain to you what Dajjal has done to the world of money, because he has taken control of the world of money as well. But we don't have the time for that today. We thank the management here. We thank our brothers, the scholars who invited me here today to be with you, and we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless them. You have welcomed me today at a time when many masajid in South Africa are closing their doors on me. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.